Hello guys, welcome back to Legatum Gaming and welcome back to another build video. In this video today I'm going to be showing you my best CDM build for competitive leagues such as VPG, FLC, PGS, Late Night Weekend, all these sort of different leagues that require you to have a reasonable standard in order to play them and compete at a high level. So without further ado, let's get into the build and let me show you what I'm rocking. So there's two parts of this video. The first part is me sort of speaking to you around the positioning, the height and the weight, and the second part is looking at the traits that I use. So let's get into it. In the last build that I put up on the channel, I was rocking a left back. However, since playing with that and trying new things and continuously trying to improve sort of my game, I realised the left wing back build is the better one to have. Now the reasons for this is below, so let's get into it. Now I'm currently a left wing back, 5'8" and 152 pounds. If I was to change from a left wing back to a left back build, not changing any traits, not changing the height, not changing the weight, what I would do is I would actually gain 3 physical, which is absolutely brilliant for a CDM. However, what I would lose is I would lose 2 in pace, I would lose 1 in passing, and I would lose 2 in dribbling. So overall a -1 net point by changing from a left wing back to a left back. Now I do know that the more games you play, obviously you can build up your player. So ultimately down the line these stats might not be as bad as a left back. But as you can see quite clearly, if I change from a left back now to a left wing back, I get better 2 dribbling, better 1 passing and better 2 pace. So all these 3 combined are far better than just having an extra 3 physical. Now getting into the height, I've always played 5'8". You know, last FIFA it was very different. This FIFA, it's completely changed. You know, I think having a higher player, heading really does work. They really have sorted out heading, and having that higher weight does help. You know, it is about physical and strength on this FIFA. It's not all about having a 5'4", 5'3", 99-pound striker sort of thing. So having this build really does combat it. Now again, in the last video, I posted 149 pounds. In this video, I'm rocking 152. Now, I haven't chose that higher weight just for the sheer fact it brings your overall rating up to 89. That's not what it's about. It's about the extra things that you get with it. So, okay, I lose 1 in pace, but what I do pick up is an extra 1 in physical and an extra 1 in defending. Overall, having an extra 1 point by going that higher weight. And it doesn't really mess up all your sort of secondary and tertiary stats, such as agility. Going this extra way, I lose 2 on agility, but my overall agility I believe is 86, so I'm really quite comfortable in using 86. Now, you know, a lot of other people do use different positions for centre defensive midfield. Now, I know that the main 2 positions that people use is the left back and the left wing back. Alternatively, the right back or the right wing back. It really doesn't make a difference. But I do know some people use the CDM build itself. So if we were just to use that without changing any traits, you know, it drops the overall rating to 88. However, more importantly, it drops that physical, you know, really bad. So that's 87. It can go up to 88, but when you are coming against these 5'3", 99 strikers on 94, 95 pace, you just don't stand a chance. In addition to this, you do lose a little bit on your dribbling. So I would prefer the left wing back build for now. So that's kind of the analytics in terms of kind of why I've chose this build. If we get into a bit more detail and look at the traits, I'll show you what I'm working with. So in terms of physical itself, I've got pretty much all the right hand side bar from physical focus and second wind. You know, in last FIFA it was very different. I think everyone sort of tried to get that second wind trait. It really did make an important sort of decision in terms of your gameplay. Whereas this FIFA, you can quite comfortably gain really high stamina without technically using that, or at least needing it in the 75th minute. So if you have a look at this, it's really important for a CDM is you want to be running. You know, your hand's going to be on that R2 button most of the game, or RT, whatever it is for Xbox. You can clearly see stamina is the main fundamental part of a CDM. Running about, just running. So you can see I've got 93 stamina, and that's not even maxed yet. I'm only on 1%. So the stamina can go up to 94%. In terms of defending, I've got pretty much all the defending traits, bar from sliding tackle, advanced focus, and interception interceptions, advanced focus, sorry. Now, interceptions, advanced focus, I think it's a bit of a con because it's the person controlling it which kind of decides around the interceptions. Now, it is good on other sections that you can unlock. So, for example, I've used interceptions on this, but that gives me an extra on standing tackle. Same for this as well, you know, so it gives me an extra on interceptions, but it gives me an extra on slide tackle. Whereas I would never put traits straight into interceptions because it's the person controlling the player which kind of ultimately leads to the interceptions, not the traits themselves. And the last one sort of on defending, which I haven't put on, is the sliding tackle advanced focus. And that's just for the sheer fact I would rather have an extra 1 in stand tackle than gain an extra 3 in sliding. Dribbling, as you can see on this box here, I've got all the agility. That's really, really important for a CDM to kind of move about, be reactive in terms of what the opponent's doing, what that cam's doing, what that striker's doing. You know, you've got to be marking them all. So agility 86%, that is maxed out. You know, ultimately, in an ideal world, I would like it to be 90. Now, you can get it 90 playing 5'4". 119 pounds as a centre mid. You can get it up to 90. I believe 91's or even 92, I believe, is the max on that centre mid. But you know, to get 90 or 92 agility and lose your defending, lose your pace, lose your physical, it's just not worth it. So you know, there's got to be a catch 22 in all of this. So this is ultimately my dribbling, as you can see. Passing, I've got pretty much all of it on the left, bar from the long passing advanced focus, and crossing. And a crossing as a CDM is just absolutely irrelevant. Giant throwing again, waste of time. What I would like is I would like this curve advanced focus. So if anyone can kind of have a play around with this build, I've been playing around it for many months now. If anyone can get curve advanced focus without sort of knocking off any of the traits or the stats too much, then drop a comment below and let me know how you've kind of winged that to do it. So in terms of shooting, you wouldn't really think you'd have anything on shooting, but what people don't realise on this FIFA is actually in the heading accuracy on shooting, it's not all related to shooting itself. As you can see, heading accuracy will determine how accurate you will head the ball when both passing and shooting. As I've said, the FIFA's sort of changed this year. You know, it's different. So having that high of 5'8" build, you really do win a lot of headers. You don't get many strikers that play above 5'8". Certainly even above 5'6". You might get the odd 6 foot, 121 pound striker build, but you know, it's a game of chances with the headers. Now having these 3 really does help. I would like this heading focus down here just to get an extra 2 in heading. You know, I lose 1 on long shots, but as a CDM, again, that's irrelevant. But for me to get that, I believe it costs 9 skill points to go into that. So again, not worth it. In terms of pace, I have absolutely everything on and I am maxed out. However, as I said, as a CDM, you want to be running, so you have that stamina and you have that pace to do it. So overall, guys, this is the build. As I said, you know, I use this in all competitive leagues. It works really well. Numerous accolades in terms of teams of the week, stuff like that. So it does work well. Going forward in terms of build videos, as you can see, I do have various different build videos which I'm looking to bring you in the not so distant future. You can sort of see from here, you know, I am trying with that striker, that 6 foot, you know, trying to go against the meta of that 5'3", 5'4". So if you are interested in any build videos going forward, guys, and this you did find this useful, then do consider dropping that like. You know, that like really does help this channel grow. If you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button. Other than that, guys, hopefully I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.